when that rate goes up, they have to have higher earnings to justify the multiples they get based on discounting the future earnings. So that's basically the economic explanation as to why interest rates have an impact on high multiple stocks.
All right, guys. Good morning. So a messy day today. TQQ is selling off. I I traded TQQ for a bounce. So market, again selling off again because the increasing interest rate and increasing yields. So Brian is here. Brian, can you explain why when the yields or interest rates are going up, the market is selling off?
Well, basically, it's a lot of the stocks that are getting hit the hardest are the high multiple stocks, the high price to earnings stocks. So there's an expectation that they have to have more earnings that based on the fact they need to compete more with higher interest rates. So people are looking for a higher return. So it forces the prices down. They're looking for higher earnings in a nutshell. So yeah, that's what we're seeing.
So 2%, they prefer to go to 2% treasury bills rather than putting their money on these high multiples. So I traded TQQ when it was after at around 10 a.m. holded the 67.75, and we got a really nice pop on it. So it was really for about half an hour. It was holding. It was down about 2% Qs. We got a really nice pop from 67.93 all the way up to 69 and popped up to 69.50. On the pullback, I added on 69, popped up. Jared mentioned that through the market internals is going to go up all day, so it might still go up. So I added a little bit more down on here on TQQ on this down. I'm actually having a fairly big position on TQQ here, like 32,000 shares I'm holding, and see if you can get to a bounce on that. So let's see if the TQQ can go back up to the VWAP. If not, I'm gonna get stopped out at near the low of the day. SPXL was another trade that I took. This one I didn't have much of a share, so from 127.68 popped up to 129. I should have at least scaled out, but I didn't, and came out and I got stopped out at the break even. So what we see here right now is SPY holding around this level on a daily chart. Look like we already bounced last week around this level, and then there's a couple of bounces from here at 457. There's one here. If it loses this one, then that's the level that's probably going to be in play. But then we had this discussion in the chat room that how really reliable are these levels for index funds. They're more like macroeconomics changes. But anyways, so QQQ is selling off. Yeah, I could probably sell off. I get stopped out on it because market, it seems that really rolling over. And IWM, just really the weakest one right now. Had a really good pre-market, but really didn't hold and just selling off. So, and as you know, I have a lot of TNA, which unfortunately this one is also really bad. So Brian, how's your situation?
Well, I traded AMD at the open a few times. Actually got a little bit of a move on the couple trades that I did manage to take. You talked me out of holding on one dip, and then it came up. But anyway, I was going to.
Yeah, you were trying to buy it right down here. I was wondering why is he doing that? What do you see that I don't see?
But it did kind of bounce. I'm out of TNA. I tried to take along on the dub, but it looks like selling's not done yet here. And other than that, the Chinese stocks really performed today. So I traded JD, and I traded KWeb. KWeb is the Chinese internet ETF. So it moved up with all the Chinese stocks. So got a decent decent trade off that as well. So that was kind of it. I mean, it was, like I said, it was kind of a messy day, but managed to eke out a gain.
I
So
still think that the market is going to bounce. That's why I'm holding this TQQ here. I still think that market is going to bounce, even though I added a little bit more here. I would have stopped out below 66.76, 83, but I think market is going to bounce back because Q's already down 2%, and already they tried not to sell off. Jared also mentioned that based on the the internals of the market, there's a very good possibility that people are start covering their shorts and stuff. He mentioned something in that line. So I'm going to hold this TQQ.
yeah,
Stop loss will be probably around 67, 62, but I doubt that it's going to go and sell off. So holding this one. And obviously a lot of other stocks that I'm back holding. So
yeah. And one of our traders in the room did mention, I kind of had a bit of a mind fart there on why high PE stocks are going down, but it does have to do with the discounted cash flow rate that they use to calculate future earnings. So when that rate goes up, they have to have higher earnings to justify the multiples they get based on discounting the future earnings. So that's basically the economic explanation as to why interest rates have an impact on high multiple stocks.
was there any time that we've seen such a thing? I think Aldi mentioned that back in 2018 we had that 16 and 18 we had something like that, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And and it's funny when you look at it taking it in the perspective of where are we now? We're at 1.8, just over 1.8%, 1.82, and these are by any measure these are record low interest rates, even though it's come up from 1.4-ish. Big percentage move, but it's just on the grand scheme of things, 1.4 to 1.8. It's not huge. So anyway, yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much, guys. Adi, you're going to talk about this interest rate stuff in your session, huh? Yeah, I'm going to sit down then. All right, thank you,
Okay.
and have a good day, guys. So I'm still holding this TQQ. I think I'm going to bounce. It's a very big position, so I got to really get rid of it if it not, because I need the buying power for trading tomorrow. Yeah, have a good day, guys, and see you all. Tonight is a very important webinar by Thor about volume price analysis, and also we have the onboarding session that yesterday we got canceled, so we're gonna have it tonight. Have a good day, guys, and see you all tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning or later.
Yep. Cheers, everybody.